we should try it?
Great.
Let's try it. It says we're live, so it looks like it worked. Hey, I see Rebecca's here. Rebecca, can you let us know if you can see us and hear us? It came up with an error, but it says we're live. So, so hey, Mary, how are you today?
I'm doing really well, Casey. It's fun to be here, and it's kind of fun just having a little one-on-one girl time.
Right?
I
Little do
always
they
love
know we
talking
do
to you.
this. Yeah, we've done this many times, her and I just sitting here chatting like this. But today we're going to just talk about VIP Kid. And if you have questions, you're welcome to put them in the chat box. And let's see, I see Rebecca is there. I guess I should check my phone and make sure we're live. Let's see, just finished taking the girls to the car wash. They had fun, but they were a bit scared of the vacuum cleaner. Oh,
Oh,
cute.
sweet.
We took Goliath through the car wash, and I was afraid he was going to be like jumping all in my lap, scared, but he just kind of hid like right in the middle so nothing could touch him, but he could kind of watch.
Our dog hates the car, like at all. Like it's hard to get her in the car.
Oh,
So
really?
I don't think a car wash is in her future.
If I say Truck, he will run over here to get in. So,
Wow. And that's how our other dog used to be, but not Meadow. Yeah. She was a rescue
aw,
that came up from Mississippi after a hurricane, and such a sensitive little dog that I don't think she was suited to being in a truck full of other dogs for several days on end. Yeah, I think it's just
oh,
part of her trauma, but
poor puppy.
yeah.
Oh, poor Meadow. So I wanted to ask you, when you said you were coming on today, the first thing I thought about was how good you are with the parents. That is something I've wanted to do better at, but I'm not really sure where to start.
Mhm.
So,
And I think, there's some parents that I have like an incredible rapport with, and there's
mhm,
other parents that I never see. So it's not like one thing works for me with every
mm,
family.
yeah,
There's some that I just never have a relationship with really, other than, you know, I'm imagining they exist, but
right.
but that was probably true earlier on. Now it
Mhm,
seems like I only have regulars. I very seldom, if I have a cancellation, I might open it up to a short notice booking or something, but
right,
I have regulars, and the regulars that I have now are all the ones that have that, like a lot of them have that relationship with me now. I've
right.
kind of weaned to that place.
Hmm.
So what happened? I think first they see me connecting with their child, so that rapport with the child
Hmm.
then makes the parent want to be available in some way as well sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess for me, they go somewhat hand in hand. If I can see how they're interacting with the child, or if I know
Right.
that they're there. So a lot of this is more appropriate for thinking of the younger level students or the younger age students where the parents are somewhere in the vicinity. And I will
Right.
say, Mom, come over, and I will engage with them, right? And we'll do
Yeah.
something together. I may use them in the lesson. So for those level 1s and 2s, high
Hmm.
five, high five, high five, Mom. And then the kid does
Yeah.
high, like get them engaged in some way or another.
Hmm.
Um, but even if they're not doing that with me, in the feedback that I write after class, I
Right.
will probably make a comment like, you're doing such a good job by providing these lessons to your child. Like,
Oh,
praise the parent. Um, if they're specifically doing something like they waited to allow their child to respond instead of being one of those hovering parents that are
good. Right.
responding for their kids, I will mention that.
Oh,
So
good.
even if they're not doing anything, they're allowing their child to interact independently.
Hmm.
I will say, good job, Mom. It's really, really great that you're allowing your student to answer by themselves. That's the way they're going to learn.
Good.
Or if they're providing a little bit of support, then I might say, really nice. Or I may say, Mom, I really appreciate how much you love your child. That's awesome. Next time, why don't we work on Johnny answering by himself more independently?
Yeah. So Rebecca said, "Do your parents read the feedback?" I almost said Facebook. Do your parents read the feedback?
Yeah. Yeah, I get
I
I get Bibles back in return, like literally.
through the VIP Kid portal.
Hmm.
Wow. I
Yeah.
wonder if, like, the first time you have a student, if you leave a really good feedback, if they start reading it constantly, where I'm just not very good at feedback.
I think that might be true because I have to admit in the last 6 months or so, I've slacked off on how thorough my feedback is.
Yeah.
But I used to take a lot of time writing my feedback. I very seldom use templates if I used it at all. Like I had Feedback Panda for a while,
Uh-huh.
but I would never use the template. I would just like it would remind me what the lesson
Right.
was about and stuff. I don't use that anymore. But what I do is really pick something, like use the sandwich approach, pick
Right.
something that they've done really well, something I
Mhm.
want them to work on with my reasoning, you know,
Right.
if you position the mouth this way, the sound will come out correctly or whatever, whatever the tip is. And then,
Right.
praise again. But in that, I am often writing something about the parent too.
Hmm. I don't
Some,
think I've ever written about the parents.
yeah, I often leave a comment for the parent, whether
Yeah.
it's I really hope you had a great weekend, like making it like a conversation. I will ask oh, this is really important. I will ask the parent questions. So,
Hmm.
you know, if the student is really young, I will say, I really want to customize this class for the student. It would be really helpful for me to know what their favorite things are. So they'll write back. They have to answer in feedback for me to get that
Right.
response, right?
I have left questions like, could you tell me when their birth date is for, the birthday lessons coming up and I can't get it from the kid? Or could you tell me how old they are? And I have never had a parent answer any of my feedback like that.
Right.
So,
Okay. So I get that. I also, you know, s- I can't say they all have. I'm just down to the
right.
ones that do. I
Yeah.
will say things like, um, this lesson is going to be about family. I am going to show a picture of my family. Can you have them bring a picture of their family? It will help them learn
Cute.
English more easily. So
Yeah.
if you keep telling them why you want it, you know, how you're going to use it so that they'll be able to learn the English words around that thing that you're wanting them to
Right.
do more easily, I find the parents more readily willing to give that feedback to you or to bring
Great.
the thing to the class next time.
Right. Hey, Candy, thanks for coming. Candy said the templates in Google Slides are so much better than the ones under the materials tab. I've never even been to the ones in Google Slides, and I use Google Slides all the time,
I
but I
still
use them
haven't
as
ever used Google.
really. She said if the parents is right there, if the parents are right there, I don't leave long feedback because they were right there and know how the class went. Yeah.
Yes, they do know how the class went, but they may not know your take or interpretation of how their student's doing. So, like, I never say, this is what we did, this is what we did, this is what we did. Like, I figure
Right.
they can look at the video if they want. But I will
Yeah.
say, so and so has trouble making the V sound that sounds like a W. So this is what we practiced. The beaver teeth on the lips are, you know, you know,
Right.
and so I want them to pretend to be a beaver at home tonight,
Cute.
so or
Yeah,
whatever the
teacher
tip
Justin
is.
does the motorcycle.
Oh, that's
He's
cool.
going. So with my boys, they love to be the motorcycle.
That's a great idea.
One was
Yeah.
like very. It's so cute. Yeah, he eventually got it, and then he's like, like, yeah, you got it right. If you're spinning all over yourself, you're good. Candy said, usually most kids have a huge wedding picture of their mom and dad on the wall, like poster size. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
And
Um,
yeah, so that, becomes conversation. Anytime I have a brand new student,
mhm.
which is now few and far between, but if I end up opening up the trial times or whatever, I will start with showing like the hello, how are you? And then I bring in who I am. Like
Okay.
I hold up this picture a lot, you know,
Yeah.
this is who I am. This is my dog. Yeah. Do you like dogs? Yes. Oh, woof, 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 like, and get them engaging, right?
Yeah.
So then it's like
Cute.
the parent starts like wanting to see what's so funny, or,
Yeah.
you know, so you're building that rapport by finding something they relate to, or the toys class, you know,
Yeah.
finding a toy they like or whatever.
One's like, "Can I see your puppy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's sleeping." And I'm like showing, and there's Goliath like, I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Always sleeping." Always sleeping.
Pretty much.
So cute. I love it. So I had a situation the other day, and I figured you're a perfect person to ask. So I have a student. Well, I've had him many times, and I handled it differently, and I wonder how you would handle it. But he constantly will hit his mom if she asks him to do something or repeat. She's actually a very good help. She doesn't give him all the answers, but she does when he needs it. And sometimes he just wails and hits her. So, do you say anything or do anything?
I might. Or like not do the hitting myself. No, Lee, no
Yeah.
hitting, like, and I'll just,
Yeah.
and I'll do that correction and then
Hmm.
say, I don't know. I think that I would have to see the child, but so
Yeah. He's
I might,
young.
okay. So I mean, sometimes the child just needs a different modeling. Say,
Hmm.
okay, Justin, say, no, mom, stop. Like, model an appropriate way of asking the
Mm.
mom to not do it. That might be what they need to learn. I don't know, unless I'm in the situation, it's hard to know, but I might model
I just,
healthy
yeah,
stop.
I just said, "Oh, we don't hit in my classroom." And then the next time he went to go hit once and he looked at me and he didn't. So he must have understood it. And now he doesn't do it, except he's done it one other time. And I think it was just a reaction just because he's gotten away with it so long.
Right.
Candy, if I was that mom, I would be dead. If that was my mom, I would be dead. Yeah. My mom would have pulled me by my hair. She would have knocked me out. She listens to these sometimes, and I always say, if you've been on my channel, you know my mom is a little beast. She works with the horses and everything. I will, man, she would have laid me out.
It's like, don't you mess with mama.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's funny. So I just told him, "Oh, we don't hit in my classroom." And it just took him a couple of times and he doesn't anymore. But I've seen it in the Facebook groups a couple of times. So I was just wondering what other people say. Yeah, Candy. If I hit my mom, I would wake up in the hospital. Yeah. Right. Um, so I had that. And then I had one more I was going to ask you about, and I'm just going to have to think about it. But so what does your schedule look like these days?
I'm taking more time off. I mean, since I don't know, I wished I could say that the change in contract didn't affect me, because at first I was going to say, it's not a big deal, but
Yeah.
I feel less motivated. I just do. And
Yeah.
so I'm not opening up as many slots.
Yeah.
I basically, my regulars who book me, book me. And if I know they're taking time off, I'm not going to open up for somebody else. I do,
Yeah.
so I'm teaching about 30 classes a week. So nothing, I don't work on Thursdays and Fridays. I
How many do you
teach
do?
about 30,
Oh, wow. Okay.
you know.
I
So
cut way down.
did you? What are you down to?
I'm down to 20.
Awesome.
I'm pretty excited because this is the first week. I have Monday and Saturday off. This is my first time not working 7 days a week in the 2 years I've been with VIP Kid.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm pretty excited.
That's really cool. And I go up and down. Like, I've been to 20. Like 5 days of 5 classes would be ideal. I just have,
Yeah.
I have some, my
Oh,
twins. I
wait.
always talk about my twins.
I have 25. I have 5 days of 5 classes. Oh, no, 5 or 4. So it's between 20, 25. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and sometimes I'll do 6 days of 5 classes. That's right now seems to be what I'm running with my regulars.
Yeah.
But there's some cancellations in there. And what I don't, this probably isn't the topic you wanted for today, but
Anything. It's mastermind. It's whatever we come up with. That's the fun of it.
When you start developing that rapport with the parents and you've had the students for a while, you get to do some really cool things. Like these twins I have, and I've been
Hmm.
teaching them about a year and a half, and they're really advanced. They just turned 8. They're level
Hmm.
6 students. And, mom says, you know, it, like if there's a certain grammatical concept that they need extra help with, she
Yeah.
says, can you just focus on that this week? I have them every
Nice.
day. So, can you just
Right.
well, we won't even touch the slides. We just focus on what they need to focus on. Or
Nice.
this morning she said, they really need to learn how to write emails. Can you teach them how to write emails? It's like, sure. I mean, she wrote that to me ahead of time, so I knew from
Right.
feedback that that's what she wanted. But, this week will be emails, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I
like,
like the pen pal one in level 5. I'm always like, man, I want one of them to be my pen pal. They should write me a letter. I'll write one back.
you know, or one of my students, she's another one of my dear hearts. They're all so dear. Um, I first started with her right after her 3rd birthday. She was sitting in a high chair,
Yeah.
you know, and she'll be, well, she's 4 now, but she'll be 5 in July. Um,
Aw.
and her mom's having another baby. So my mom's getting close. So
Hmm.
mom wasn't in class, like they weren't in class today, but instead a friend came on. Now, mom did give me the heads up that friend would come on because Tao Tao would not be there. And so it's like, not same level. My little girl, she's mid-level 3, and this one's like early level 1.
One.
So that's cool. Like we just take it from there. And the mom knows that depending on how she's feeling and what her morning sickness is doing, or now that baby's close, that she might need to just pop her friend in sometimes. And she
Yeah.
knows I'm going to give that kid a great class. And often they become you know, they become like, will you do a trial for this person? Yes. And
Uh-huh.
then I convert them. And it's like, they may or may not
Nice.
get a chance to study with me, but
Right.
she has sent me about 15 trials over the last year and a half. It's been cool.
Nice. Let's see. Candy. Oh, Rebecca said, haha, that sounds like E and me. She is so independent and wants me to stop helping her. Candy said, did you hear about the man who was fired for play hitting Dino?
Really?
No, I didn't hear about that. Oh, I wonder
Wow.
what the circumstances were.
Interesting. So I might not be able to show this and then say no. Like if
Unless
you're
he
teaching.
was hitting him for some reason, thinking it was funny. I don't know. That's
Oh,
odd.
okay.
20. Wow, Casey used to be around 70. Yeah, there was like 70, 80 classes I would have a week. I got a little burnt out, but then I started making classes and teaching some on a different platform on
Mhm.
Outschool. But I've been making
Where?
them.
Where, Casey?
I know, right?
Shh,
But I've been making them
outschool.
flex. I know. But then I also, guess what I just did, Mary?
What did you do?
I made courses in Groove. I actually took
You
my
did. You
1
did
month.
it.
Yes, so Tamara and I have been making each step. So we're working on it more tomorrow. So I took like week 1 and we made that module 1. Week 2 is module 2. So
Nice.
it's just kind of interesting how it's, I don't know, forming how this whole thing took a turn. I still love my regulars for VIP Kids, so they're gonna stay.
And
But
and as your things like Groove increase, like I find that too, like, my other gig is Pampered Chef, right? So
yeah,
as I'm going to be relaunching that in May, and as I
right,
approached that, you know, I hope to just not let go of VIP Kid, but as students maybe naturally go away,
right,
I'm not necessarily going to open those slots up. I'll
yeah,
always do VIP Kid, but you know, maybe the 7 to 9 a.m. slots instead of
yeah.
the instead of the earlier ones. Yeah.
Mhm. And the other one, well, Rebecca knows because her daughter has taken the class. I have 81 students in my Kid Pass class for tomorrow. So
Whoa.
basically, they have like everybody is muted, and
Mhm.
then I'm going to do a story time slash yoga time. And that's kind of a way to market yourself for them to join your other classes. So I've been really working hard on all of these other it's kind of passive income, kind of not, but I've been trying to get those
Yeah.
all in place. Um,
Nice.
yeah, so that's kind of where a lot of my time has been. So I don't know. Candy said they would love level 7. There is a whole topic on how to do blog posts. Level 7 and
Oh,
8 is more free form and student led.
oh, that's
Candy,
cool.
I just feel not smart enough grammar wise for those higher levels.
I'm not sure that I do either, but I know that I'm not going to leave these kids, so I think we'll learn it together.
Right?
What's really cool, and I know I brag on them, but they're going to be in the finals, in the Beijing
Oh,
finals in
good.
June in their competition, and if they succeed, they'll go to nationals. So that's pretty cool.
Wow.
This is the
Yeah.
fourth round, and yeah, it's
And
so
how
much
old are
fun.
they?
They just turned 8 on Christmas Day.
Oh, sweet. Candy said it was on Facebook. A boy was misbehaving, so he play hit Dino. Ooh. So
It,
that's
it
different.
it looks like you're wanting to hit the kid then, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Mom called in to complain. Instead of just one negative feedback, they just completely fired him. Rebecca, 81. I know. I have another teacher coming to help. So she will be making sure everyone stays muted and telling them good job. And she's a yoga instructor. So this is a story time / yoga for tomorrow.
That's
And
so cool.
Heather Fritz is a VIP kid teacher. So she is a yoga instructor too. So she will be helping me with, she says she's a hall monitor.
That's awesome.
So
Can
yeah,
I come and watch?
I know, right?
That's really
I have
cool.
no idea how this is going to work. I'm a little bit nervous and excited all at the same time. So,
Well, what I want to say when you mentioned these other avenues of still teaching, right, is
right.
that starting with VIP Kid, we've learned so many skills. Like
Mhm.
I'm always, regardless of if I teach more or less with them, we've
Right.
gained so many skills about how to do this that
Yeah.
it's such a perfect platform to launch your online teaching with
Yeah.
if you
I
choose
tell
to do
people
that.
that, yeah, I tell them that all the time, especially like the workshops and things. If you're getting started and learning how to teach online, I think you're able to get comfortable with it as well. Of course you're still nervous, but it's not like being thrown in with nothing.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that because I think it helps me doing this. Like it's just makes you comfortable in front of the camera and almost like the
Yeah.
camera's not there and you're just talking and working with
Hmm.
them. And I am
Maybe a little spoiled.
I'm continuously amazed by how much of a relationship we can establish with the person on the other end of the world. Like that's
Yeah.
amazing to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
the other day, again, it was with the twins I teach, but the little girl is just refusing to do her homework. Not
Hmm.
VIP kid homework, but homework in general. And mom wrote me and said, "Can you talk to her?" So like we had a little counseling session for a half hour. And I said, "What's up?" And so we just talked it out. And I said, "So when your mom wants you to do homework and you're not doing homework, are you having fun?" "No, because mom's yelling at me." It's like, yeah, so you're
Sounds
not
like a
getting what
fun.
you want and your mom's not getting what she wants. How does that feel? Not good. I said, "Do you think your mom's just yelling at you because she's a mean person?" "Yeah, she is mean." I said, "Oh," I said, "Is that why she's yelling at you? Or what do you think she's worried about?" "She's worried that when I get that I won't be able to go to university." I
Hmm.
said, "Oh, yeah." I said, "What happens if your mom never ever said anything to you? Doesn't matter if you do your homework and you're in high school and you want to go to university and no university wants you." I would be very mad at my mom for not saying anything.
Yeah.
So do you think maybe she's saying something because she loves you?" "Yeah, okay." I said, "So what could we do?" And she began writing out her work plan.
Hmm.
And mom came on
Oh,
and
Mary.
afterwards and said, "I love you more every day." And then she came on today and said, "So she's following it. She's following the study
Oh,
plan." And it's like,
good.
yay. So like, that was a half hour. That was not anything VIP kid related, but it was helping the mom figure out how to
Mhm.
be with her student and that rapport with the student and, you know,
Yeah, because you can't just do that with a new student who doesn't trust you and know you. And
no,
yeah.
of course not. Yeah.
Yeah. Candy said, exactly, Mary. I feel like I'm a better teacher thanks to VIP Kid. I have learned so much. She said she signed up for Book Nook.
What is
Candy,
Book Nook? What is
Book
it?
Nook. Oh, wait, I'm thinking pre-K. Book Nook is a reading one, right, Candy? I need to look up in my email because I got an email on it and I was going to look into it. Oh, I got another book. Book Nook. Let's see. But yeah, Candy, tell us about it. I've heard a little bit and I was going to research it before I got on here, but of course,
You're not busy or anything, are you, Casey?
I oh, but I did win the Scuba Dino special. Those are so cute. I've been cutting them out, hanging them up.
Oh, that's funny.
So the
I had
Book Nook, it's a reading program, right? But it's in US time? Okay, I need to read the chat and see
okay.
if Candy has said anything. Um, I know I got the email for it, and now I just can't. Oh, Book Nook summer programs. There it is. We are excited to invite you to participate in the Book Nook program. Through our partnership with Book Nook, teachers in this program will deliver live, small group reading classes to students in the U.S. using Book Nook's curriculum. Each session will last 30 minutes. The Book Nook program is divided into smaller location-based on a school district or county level programs. We are currently planning to launch several programs from June to August. If you agree to join, you will be allocated to one of these programs. So I think some of the VIP Kid teachers are worried about the times. Like if you put in a certain time or they tell you to have a certain time, you have to, it's a bigger commitment. So each class has a minimum base pay of $8 plus a $2 participation incentive and a $2 finish class incentive. So you will earn up to $12 per class or $24 per hour.
Okay. But it's not it's you as a teacher participation, not participation by number of students.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Book Nook sessions take place during the daytime in North America, so it shouldn't mess with your VIP Kid
Okay.
schedule. And the classes run on a fixed schedule, and students will be assigned based on availability, so you don't have to worry about bookings. Huh.
Cool. Well,
Yeah,
that
it says,
sounds interesting.
yeah, since sessions take place during the day, you won't need to stay up late or get up early.
Well, that I could maybe get into that.
Right? Let's see. Candy said, I haven't started it, but it is group online reading classes for American elementary kids. So how is it different from the mini mighty reading classes? I wonder if it's just Book Nook is its own little separate thing, and then like maybe they're partnering.
And what is the mini mighty reading? Because I haven't done that either.
Um, it's some small group class reading.
Okay.
All right,
So
there's
same
my
thing.
next video. Book Nook
We've got to
versus
figure it out.
Book Nook versus Mini Mighty Reading Club. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look more into that because I really want to know the difference now. We'll have to think about that one, Mary.
Yeah.
So anyway,
And you might know the answer to this. This is completely different, but thinking about supplementary classes,
yeah.
I have so many supplementary class certifications, like the summer camps from previous years. Are they still options for the kids to take?
Yeah, I've had a couple. I've had some recently. I've had some reading ones, and I had the story time one and the free talk and vocabulary recently.
Okay, yes. So those are more, like I'm thinking of like the coaching basketball or hat making or
Oh wait,
fashion design, like all of those summer camps that we did like
that was
2 summers ago.
VIP Kid.
Yeah. Where they
Oh,
were supplementary learning like hat making. It was so much fun. Or fashion design. It was so much fun to teach those things.
I've
And,
never heard of those before. That's
yeah.
before my VIP Kid time.
And there was a deep sea one and just
Ooh,
really, really, really cool classes.
I would
And I
like
thought,
that.
I would like those. And I thought, if I opened more for the summer, because right now all my classes are just regulars. I don't
Yeah.
open random. Would I get some of those? Because that I'm interested in
Yeah.
teaching. Those are fun.
I would love the undersea one. Huh. Rebecca should probably remember those. She's been in VIP Kid for quite a while.
Yeah,
Huh,
those are
that's a
great.
good question. Were those the JBL or JCL?
Yes,
Okay.
junior league class.
I
Yeah,
had
maybe.
messaged VIP Kid about those a while ago when I first got started because I was really interested in those. I mean, I'm a STEM teacher, so I wanted all the STEM ones. And
Junior
they just,
Creator Leagues, JCL. Yeah.
yeah, Creator League, that's what it was. And it just sounded like they weren't doing them. So I don't know if they're not doing them or not at this time.
Okay.
But last year during the summer, I think I had some. Like the power, was it Power Up, or there's a dinosaur one. I never got that one. I really
Okay.
wanted that one.
Yes, I don't think I decided to do that one. Yeah.
Oh, I got my certification, I think, for it. Now I can't remember. It's been a while. Huh.
But that's the other neat thing about VIPKid. There are these other supplementary classes that if
Yeah.
you want, you can do, and it makes the curriculum a little more interesting, gives you a change.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're constantly changing and growing, at least trying to, I think.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
awesome.
So do you relate, like, do you have any parents that you feel like you have a relationship with, or do you have um, any rapport with the kids that are ongoing that you feel like see you as their friend in some
I
way?
have I have a couple of the kids
Mhm.
that I definitely feel that I could chat with if they had a problem. They could tell me or something.
Right.
Um, but no, none of the parents. They're older kids. I do have one little boy that him and his mom used to sit together, but they moved houses and now he takes the classes by himself like a big boy. So I don't see mom as much. She'll come in and yell at him, tell him what he needs to do, and run out, and you see her go back and forth. Um, but I don't really have any parents like that, so much. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think, I think I'm really lucky. I don't think I'm
Yeah.
regular. I think that I'm lucky.
Do you think part of it is it's changed so much? Like you've had these students for a while, right?
Mhm.
Because I wonder, like, it seems like a lot of the teachers from before my time really had the time to do some of those things. These pop-ups to tell me to leave soon because they only have 5 minutes between the class now, and I'm like, oh, and I'm trying to hurry more. So I think that might have a little bit to do with it. And I don't
Yes,
know.
and some of that also is, what do I want to say? Talk, like, because I can talk to some of the parents, or sometimes even if I haven't, but the student's been a regular for a while, I
Hmm.
may switch, especially if the student is struggling with something. If I
Yeah,
present a well-reasoned out plan that I want to
right.
switch things up, and maybe we're going to start splitting classes into 2 sessions,
Hmm.
they've agreed.
You would feel comfortable saying that. See, I would
Oh yeah,
never.
oh yeah, I will. Or, I come up with some kind of solution, that they,
Like your little books you made.
yeah, like my little books. Do I have one?
That was so cute.
Yeah,
She had a student that needed a little extra help, so she
I had a
made some
student
books.
who would not read anything. But I thought, well, maybe if I created a reader, so I just created a reader. It was the same, like, it was all the content of that unit in level 2. Like, this is my mom.
Hmm.
It was the food unit, whatever they're learning, breakfast, like morning, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Right.
But she sent me pictures and I turned it into a book, and he learned to
Cute.
read. And I did this for about 6 units through level
Wow.
2. And he has these little readers, and now he's reading fantastic. He will read the content in the class, but I had to find something that was interesting for him to
Yeah.
to read. So yeah, so mom was willing to send me pictures. Sometimes I created cartoons if I didn't have pictures. And
Yeah.
so I know that's crazy. Like, I couldn't do that for every student, but I
Right.
can do something. Like I have one student that just took forever to read. And so I'm not as concerned about sticking to the slides. I'm sticking to the learning objectives, um,
Mhm.
but not necessarily the slides. So this student did all of level 2, went back to level 2 unit 4, went all the way through, and we I stopped teaching the slides and we just focused on phonics. And then I'd
Good.
go through some of the slides and teach some of the topic in the
Right.
level that she could manage, but there's no way she could manage doing it at the level she was supposedly in. Um,
Right.
just it wasn't happening. So, you know, I guess the parents do tend to love me if I like to do that.
Right.
But and I'm learning to do that on the spot. When I was a teacher, much younger, experienced teacher, it
Yeah.
would take me a lot of prep to do that. And
Hmm.
now it's like, like this morning, this new kid shows up and they're standing in for someone's. Yeah, I can create something on the spot. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm not, I used to never do short notice because I didn't think I'd be prepared enough, but now it's like, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not a
I
problem.
did have a student, a new to me student the other day, and she was kind of relaxed and reading and working. Now, when you get a new student, you don't know their fluency right away, right? So I think she was not working up to her potential. Well, mom came in, and by the time mom left, she was in tears, and I was just sitting there like, she wasn't hitting or anything. She was just really yelling, and the little girl sat up like, how they're supposed to sit, and so I think maybe I was a little bit too lax, but I was like, I didn't know. Like, So that was a little bit of a wake up call. She was new to me, so I just thought she
Yeah.
was at her level. I didn't realize that she wasn't giving her all. So,
Right. Yeah.
hey Giselle, thanks for coming. We're just sitting here chatting about everything and anything VIP kid. So, and actually, that's all really I had on my list. I don't see any other questions in the chat. Did you have anything else you wanted to say, Mary?
Trying to think of anything else to say. Not immediately.
Okay, so in May, let's talk about you really quick. In May, you're relaunching your Pampered Chef.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm also going to start doing a series. I'm creating it right now. A Kids in the
Hmm.
Kitchens. I'm going to do a little cooking series for
Cute.
cooking with kids.
Hmm.
And I think I haven't decided if I'm actually going to offer that on like Outschool or Kids Pass or something like that, or
Yeah,
just
right.
just offer it.
Yeah,
Just have it be a fun thing where there's no pressure on getting reviews or anything, and
right.
fumble my
My
way
Kid
through.
Pass one, I just put for $3. I'm gonna get $1.50 because it's a flex class, so it's all
Right.
pre-recorded. So
That's awesome. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And
maybe we'll see.
so with Pampered Chef, I'm created a Facebook group called Healthy Eating with Mary, and I'm having fun doing some interesting videos. I
Mhm.
just videoed a couple of VIP Kid teachers with their gardens, just talking about how do
Oh,
we grow healthy food in
fun!
the
How did I
garden.
miss that?
Well, uh, Evelyn, I was one of
Oh,
the
I missed it. Yeah,
videos.
I'll have to go
Yeah.
look.
So, and I still have one to post, and I want to do different things. People doing different things in the kitchen. I have a really good friend of mine creates herbal tinctures. I'm going to video her and see how she
Yeah,
does that. So that group, although I mean it's because of my Pampered Chef business, I see it as much more finding creative ways to talk about healthy eating, healthy ways of being in the family, that
love
kind of
it.
stuff. So that's cool. I'm at 87 subscribers on YouTube now.
Woo!
It's really tiny.
Awesome.
But so if you haven't gone to my channel, give me a like, subscribe,
Is it?
more
It's
good
still
stuff coming.
thrive with. It's still thrive with Mary on YouTube, though, right?
Yes. So
Yeah.
it's Thrive with Mary on YouTube, and my vision for it
Hmm.
is, you know, online teaching, wherever that takes me, whether that is, VIP Kid, Outschool, whatever. Um,
Right.
it and coaching teachers.
Hmm.
It is the Healthy Eating with Mary, and then I'm going to start a blog about just reflecting on being a parent. I have so
Hmm.
many great stories of parenting Gabriel and unschooling him,
Oh.
and I think I'm just going to start reflecting. So it's empty nest reflections, or
Oh.
reflections from the empty nest. Just start blogging about that. So, and I may do a video blog, like I may just get on, make a video of some particular memory of what it was like to homeschool him.
Yes. Oh, I
So,
love that idea. Oh man, where did
so all
my
three will be under the banner of Thrive with Mary. It's just,
Oh, that's great. I'm trying to get your link so I can put it up there. For those of you that don't know what she means by unschooling and things like that, you really need to listen to her. It is so amazing. I learned so much. Let's see if it'll go through. That is her link to her channel. So go check it out. And yeah, I really want to know when you start posting those about your unschooling. It's just
yes, I'll
something
do
I've
that.
never done, never knew much about, but it's really, I love it. It's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm forever grateful that that it succeeded. You know, because when you're in the middle of homeschooling, but unschooling in particular, like, okay, I'm following our intuition, we're following his passion. Will he be successful in life? And he is. So, yay. You know, it's like I can breathe.
Sorry, I muted for a second because Goliath, somebody pulled up and Goliath started doing his little woof. That's his bark. Woof. Woof. Maybe you'll hear it in a second.
Ooh, that's impressive.
I know. And he's like the biggest teddy bear ever, but he just woke up. He's got one ear flopped backwards. He doesn't know what's going on. So,
That's funny.
all right, everyone. Well, I need to go find out what they need from me. And thank you all for coming and chatting with us, VIP Kid, or about VIP Kid. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you like this kind of let's chat about everything and anything? Because it's one of my favorite ways. So I'd like to know what you guys think. That's it. Thank you, Mary. Thanks,
Take care,
Candy.
Casey. Thanks.